Well, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. This is Final Fantasy VI Randomizer Worlds Collide, the Returners Finals in the Coliseum tournament. This is Jackimuswedge. I'll be commentating tonight. First of all, I just want to wish all of you out there a very happy and especially a very safe Memorial Day weekend. We have definitely going to be a great race tonight. Javinat0r versus Jackimuswedge. These two have been our finalists in the returners bracket, and especially Jackimus, who on Sunday, I believe it was, just completely grinded and made it into this spot. And now we're going to see who is going to be running against Doesn't He in the finals, which will probably take place sometime later this week. So for the flags tonight, they are only going to start with one character, and that is the GOAT, Terra. Now you might be thinking, oh, that could be an easy start, but not exactly. Even though Terra has 5 checks, you never know. There could be one path to progress, there could be multiple, and it just depends on what our runners try to do. More than likely, we'll probably see them go to the sealed cave first and get all that treasure there. But after that, it could be anyone's guess. They could decide to do a low-level hit in Moblitz. They could decide go for Welk. They could even go down the Leet River or Zozo. We shall see. Going to be getting ready momentarily here. All right, everyone, if you're in the chat, show your love for our runners here. Come on, let's see it. All right, and it looks like we are off. Something else you will see about Terra is her start will be lore, and she will start with at least 4 lores. All of the lores will have a slightly lower MP cost, so that will make it a little easier for our runners. And Javinat0r and Jackimus are both, like I predicted, they are both starting in the sealed cave, because this is where you can definitely get most of the treasure. Let's see if we got anything good to write home about. We've got a Force Armor, not too bad. Stunner, which is the strongest vanilla weapon for Shadow. That's a very good weapon there. And a drill in case somebody does have the tools skill. So not the biggest upgrade in starter equipment, but definitely something good there, especially that Stunner, because it does randomly cast Stop. Ooh, and we just saw on Javinat0r's side that we are starting with a Grand Train. So that will definitely make things easier, and only 40 MP to boot. Nice, we got a red jacket there, so that will absorb fire damage, if there's any fire enemies coming up. And we'll see if Javinat0r is either grinding or will put the Moogle Charm on after this battle. Meanwhile, Jackimus is just blazing right through, skipping a whole bunch of chests. Even missed the skip the 4-chest cave on the left over there. But we are in the semifinals, so on one hand, those extra seconds can be very beneficial, but on the other hand, the Illumina might be there. And we do have our first character that we have found in this one. It is Edgar, it looks like. And nice, we got a shocker on the team. It's definitely going to be some good manpower there. Javinat0r is going to check some more of the chests here. Welcome to the booth. I'm sorry I didn't dress for the occasion. Yeah, well, pretty much the only thing you've missed is Edgar is in the sealed cave. Jackimus is already going in there while Javinat0r is doing some treasure grinding. Yep, we found Gogo there, and Edgar has shocks, so that's definitely going to be a good double whammy there. And we got some dried meat in the Figaro Castle shop, so if they do find Gao, that's another check that opens up for them.
Now my sound should be coming through. I saw the comment and no one could hear me.
I can hear you, but let's see. Okay, can you hear him now? Okay, Mr. Entity says I can hear you now. Seem to be having a little bit of a technical difficulty here.
Correct. Those froze up on my end.
Meanwhile, let's welcome Doesn't He is in the chat right now. Welcome. He is our finalist who will be facing the winner of tonight's race for the Coliseum Championship. Are you sabotaging the restream here? That's not nice. Okay, so it does look like we're back on mine. It might be a little bit behind here. Instead of going straight to Figaro Castle, Javinat0r is going to check out the Zen spot, and it's a cheap price of 35,000 GP, but we are confirmed it is an Esper. So they probably will come back for that. There are 9 Espers required in tonight's seed, but they only need to find 5 characters. Now it looks like Jackimus is heading for Nourish. We'll probably see what's in that treasure trove, and possibly might get a shot at the Welk spot. Or we can beat up some bugs. As well as being in the booth with me tonight, Keith is also our restreamer tonight. So definitely, give him some love. Make sure you check out his Twitch as well. We also want to send a shout out to Franklin, who is our tracker for tonight. All right, we're getting our first look at the world of Ruin as Javinat0r is heading to South Figaro. Probably going to get some freebies and then probably get a run through the Figaro cave and the castle. So he'll probably pick up his Go-Go while he's in there. And it looks like we did get a clue. It looks like it's Setzer in the Umaro spot. So we'll see if anybody goes for that. But Jackimus is about to get his fourth character, which is Strago. So maybe we might not see a Setzer grab tonight. We got everyone's favorite fight, the Ultros one, the one that you gotta bust your butt to get nothing for. Stock up on those sleeping bags for later, especially in Kefka's Tower. That will be some quick healing as you go through there. And Jackimus takes out Ultros and Chupan with pretty much no issue, and picks up his old man. Okay, I'm getting a notice. We're about maybe a minute behind on the streams here. It's not terrible. At least we're still pretty close to sync here. But yeah, Jackimus and Javinat0r, definitely you can feel free to check out their Twitch channels, give them a sub, show your love for the community. Jax might be going for his next check at the Leet River. If anything, at least he'll be doing some raiding. Javinat0r finding an ice rod in South Figaro, which will definitely be useful, especially since ice rods are not purchasable in the shops, and especially in an earlier battle, that will be very good to have, especially if you find the Flame Eater or anything that's weak to ice. Looks like Jack is going to take a stroll down the river. He's getting ready for that. Ooh, that is not what you want to see on the river, unless you can get rid of them pretty quickly. Javinat0r opting not to do Figaro right now. Instead, looks like he's going to do his wealth check to get his Strago. The river's got some brutal enemies tonight. Alright, we're getting some Grand Train action on Javinat0r's side. I don't know if Jack has checked his lures yet, but see what, ooh, this is going to be a pretty tough trip down the Leet here. There you go, a nice simple battle here. One thing I forgot to mention earlier, Terra also in this seed has her natural magic ability, so there will be some additional spells. I always call Terra the GOAT, but she is definitely going to be the GOAT tonight. And oh, we've got another tough, oh boy. And unfortunately, Jackimus has taken a whiff on the Elite River. That is definitely going to hurt him. It's going to cost him definitely some precious minutes. Unfortunately, when you're stuck with ninjas in mandatory battles, it's not going to be good. Because you just are. Javinat0r finding his economizer to bring all magic spells down to 1 MP. Definitely good in the earlier part of the run, especially if you do get some tier 3 spells. A lot of times you really don't have a lot of MP to start, but later on in the game there's definitely some better espers, especially if you find Osmos. Jack is giving it another go on the... Oh gosh, now we have Gigantos. Oh my gosh, this is not fun. This definitely is a cursed Elite River here. Folks, if this is your first time checking out Final Fantasy Worlds Collide, feel free to check out our Discord. We've got the link in the chat here. You can also check the website where you can try a seed out on your own. And please feel free to join the community, and who knows, maybe one day we'll see you up here. If we can find a natural jumper, the Dragon Horn will be super useful. Jack is hanging on by a thread, but this is getting scary. He does manage to take on the 2 Gigantos. He got a couple Huns out of it. Now he's just got to survive at least the first half of the River Row. Oh boy, we got 2 more ninjas. Come on, someone get out of there. Or at least kill them. Well, let's see. Oh, he's actually, I think we're actually going to get him this time. Looks like Javinat0r's getting ready to take his roll down the Elite River, and he's probably going to be just as happy to see what he'll find down here as Jack is. Jack's also seeing some trouble on here, and nope, he's decided to nope out. Jackimus making use of those multiple save spots. Just kind of a reminder for those of you who are new, you get 3 save slots on your save screen, and it's very strategic to use those, especially on places like the Elite River or Science Dream, because if you get stuck, pretty much if you only use 1 save spot and there's a really tough boss ahead or something that you're just not strong enough to get, you're pretty much stuck at that point, and that can really cause a havoc on your run. Yes, MRF right before the minecart. That's another one as well. Ooh, fun. More Gigantos is what Jackimus is just saying right now. Got a mirror match going on right now. Jackimus is getting a nice collection of hardened hardware there. And of course, right before the boss on the Elite River of Hell, we have to get another set of ninjas. And here's another reason why we say be careful with those saves, because Doomgaze is the boss for the Elite River. Hopefully these Grand Trains will do something. Very fortunate none of his characters were on a multiple of 5, as that would have been an instant death right from the start. You do get 2 Grand Train users, so he does have that to his advantage, and actually Gogo would count as 3. Edgar is just here for the ride, although those shocks could do something. Ouch, that was a nasty arrow. For a second I thought it was Cyclonic, and I was like, oh, nope, it's arrow. Oh, but he does take him out. So Edgar proves useful in a group of Grand Train users. Very nice job there, very nice. And he has his 5th character. It is Cyan. Cyan's got the morph ability tonight. It looks like he's gonna stick with his party, I think. So now that the hunt for characters is over, now it's time for the hunt for espers. Neither of our runners has found an esper yet. Got our cheering sections in the chat going on. So it looks like we're going to get our first look at Doma Castle. We're starting with the World of Balance. See if he'll find his first Esper or another character, or if it's a clunk. Alright, pop quiz chat. From which game show did the word clunk come from? Ooh, and we've got another one of those bosses you really don't want to see. We have the Magimaster. But fortunately, with 3 people using Grand Train, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Press your clunk. Unfortunately, that sounds like a good pilot, but that wasn't the one. Yes, Gogo was at Figaro Castle, Edgar was in the Sealed Cave, and Strego was in the Whelk Spot in Narsh. Pretty much the only advantage that he has for Magimaster at this point in the game is the fact that the Grand Train will go through that wall change, and also so will the Shock. Beat the clock, you're going way back. Good guess, but wrong. And the Fenrir Esper is the award for this. This will definitely be very good against the final boss, especially against Tier 3. Let's make a deal. You're thinking of Zonk. Javinat0r is now getting the fun news as to who is guarding the river from hell. Alright, I'm going to go obscure here. Clunk actually came from a game show called Treasure Hunt, which was popular in the 70s. Essentially, Treasure Hunt is a 70s version of Deal or No Deal, to make it, to easy explain it. They pick a box, they get whatever prize is inside. Only on that show the grand prize was $25,000, but sometimes there were boxes that had clunks in them, or just, kind of like the Zonks from Let's Make a Deal. Yeah, unfortunately, if the show does not start with the word family and end with the word feud, you probably will not see it on the Game Show Network. Meanwhile, we're getting our first look inside Cyan's Dream. The first of the two bosses is, another fun one, Shatternook. Javinat0r gets a very nice discount on the Golem Esper, only 4,700 gil there. So Shatternook, of course, has the two forms. You have the girl and you have the demon. What you need to do is you need to kill the demon. The girl is actually not killable, and in fact, if you attack the girl, then some bad stuff will happen to you, like especially Phantasm or Charm. Fortunately, with the randomizer, the demon does appear more often than he normally does in vanilla. Yep, Buzzer will definitely play some of the old ones. I think it's on. I think it's on some of the streamers. Unfortunately, my cable doesn't pick it up, but I think Pluto does. Shatternook is going down, and Javinat0r is right on his tail, coming in here. Didn't we just see this battle? There are 3 Chads we don't want to see. Chad is in Shadarnook, Hanging Chads, and whatever that Nassim Hadrad sitcom is. So we're either going to get an Esper or an item for finishing this off, and of course we'll get the bonus spot in the throne once we complete the dream sequence. Yeah, with all these dragon horns we're finding, if we can't get some boots or a natural jumper, we gotta get something. Come on, give us a break here. And we're closing off the dream sequence with Narapa. Nothing to write home about, but this should be a pretty quick battle. And that was a pretty quick conclusion to the dream. And Torado will be Jack's second Esper of the night. And Tritalk. So this was definitely worth coming in. They got 2 Espers out of this one. Only 6 more to go on both of their sides. Javinat0r is missing Fenrir, which was in Doma World of Balance, while Jack is missing Golem, which was in Zen. The 2 that you want for the final battle. Nice cure spell on there for Torado. Alright, we're going to get our first look at what is inside the Coliseum. So far nothing too exciting, although he might... Looks like he's going to try to get some flame shields. Oh, you gotta love these rando battles. Yeah, Force Armor is a pretty good armor. It does give an additional, I believe it's 30% magic defense. It's pretty... A lot of people think Force Armor and Force Shield, although Force Shield... A lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. That's kind of like a love-hate item there. Meanwhile, Javinat0r picking up his Torado and his Tritalk. That soldier really wanted to get to know Edgar. Unfortunately, that was so quick I didn't see what was inside Fanatics. Was it a character? Oh, okay, so it was an Esper. Maybe they might go back to it later if they're an Esper short. And looks like we have a dead check in Moblitz. It is a Snow Muffler. And now Javinat0r is doing his swoop around Figaro to... Will definitely get his go-go. And we've got the Yeti. So at least that will be his 5th character if he decides to pursue it. Forget it. We gotta show some love to the Yeti. All right. Show some love to the Yeti in the chat. Yeah, that is correct. We did see Setzer and Narsh. So there's actually potential to get 3 characters right here. He's going to get Umaro, Gogo, which of course we already saw was in the throne room, and Setzer in Umaro's cave. Now we just got to see who is down in the ancient castle. We're also about to find out who is at the top of Zozo. And, okay, good. We're going to throw another bone for right now. It is the leader on the left side, and we have Air Force on the right side. 2 battles that really should not cause either of our runners any trouble. And the leader is already gone. So now both of our runners are ready with their characters. We just got to find those Espers, and we've got to kill those dragons. There are 4 dragons required for this seed. Now you got 2 of them that are in Kefka's Tower. However, some of our runners do choose to find dragons elsewhere. Right now we do have a couple that are unlocked. We have one in Fanatic's Tower. We've got one in Mount Zozo. So those are some options for our runners if they opt not to get the ones in Kefka's Tower. And Air Force goes down with little fanfare. Javinat0r picking up his mine, and Jack is picking up his 4th Esper, which is Shote. Meanwhile, Javinat0r is going to get some discount shopping going on here. That is right, the dragons are not scaled, so they've really got to make a decision when they're going to go for those dragons. And of course, everything else, it depends on their party's level. So you kind of got a double-edged sword there. Do you want to go the low-level route and just kind of get everything pretty easy? Or do you risk it to strengthen up against those dragons? Either way, you do gotta get both of them. Jack getting a little shopping and a little raiding going on, prepping for the battles ahead, while Javinat0r is giving us our look in the ancient castle. Oh, not too shabby. A Genji Glove in Tommaso. Javinat0r skipping the vanilla Katana Soul check. Who knows, that might have been the offering, but it might have been something else. And Jackimus is going into the burning house here. Meanwhile, Javinat0r has found... It's just a friend. It's Bismarcky. And it is a vanilla blue dragon in the ancient castle. Let's give that a shot. Alright, some zombones in the burning house. Could be better, but could be worse. And Javinat0r has decided to nope out of that battle, unfortunately. Hopefully he goes back to get just a friend again. Yeah, unfortunately, when you don't have your dragon scaled and you're on lower levels, you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah, it looks like he is trying to get some extra levels on some of his characters. I was kind of wondering why he was trying to grind up Gogo. So he returns for the Rapper Bismarcky, and he's going to let the Blue Dragon just sit there and roam around for all eternity. Must be a curse. And the source of our blaze is Vargas. Another pretty quick battle right here. Yeah, in this game, Vargas got so upset about not being Duncan's successor that he decides to take it out on a poor family in Tommaso. Now Javinat0r is right on Jack's tail. Looks like he's going to get ready to go into the burning house. But not before a little bit of shopping. And our reward for saving the house is Kieran. Ace 2, that's not too bad of a spell. Because that would make too much sense. Always remember, in the world of RPGs, we have rando will be rando, and we have RPG logic. That's why when you go into Surf and Trench, that's why you can use Fire 3. Yeah, the ice shields were in the world of balance. Yeah, it's always, if you're looking for certain items, you definitely do got to check both of them. Looks like, are we in... Okay, so we're in World of Ruin, so it looks like Jackimus is going to go up to the mountain, probably go after whatever dragon is there. We'll see if he takes on the Tritok spot, and see if he decides to get Setzer. Even though they're already at their maximum for what they need for characters, it's always good to have a spare character, especially going into Kefka's Tower, because you never know what you're going to need. I'd rather have too many characters than not enough. And it is the Skull Dragon. This one can be tricky, kind of depending on your party. Fortunately, Jackimus looks like he's got this one under control, so it shouldn't give him too much of an issue. Unless the Spectre just really hurts somebody. So I'm going to take a shot in the dark here. One of our members in the chat, I take it your favorite food is cheese sausage? Darn. Alright, Javinat0r's coming to the end of Burning House, and he'll meet his Vargas, the Arsonist. This is why they can't have me in the booth by myself, because even I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And Javinat0r takes on Vargas pretty quickly, and he'll get his Kieran. I could possibly do it right there. Oh, nope, not yet. And Jack has taken down the first Dragon of the Seed. That's 1 down, 3 to go on his side. Well, Javinat0r, let's see where he is heading to. Looks like he's going to do World of Balance Doma, where of course he will find Fenrir. Oh, not bad, a red cap on there. That is a decent defense helmet, and also gives a 25% boost to hit points. Now it's time to see what is in the frozen ice. Yes, I know, that was redundant. We got a frozen Atma weapon. Got some dueling Grand Trains going on the screens here. And you can still do fire damage on him. Ooh, we got a Quake coming on. What's that thing? Okay, that wasn't too deadly. Good. And Edgar goes down, just down to Terra and Strago. So he's just going to have to ride this grain train towards the end. And that was pretty much a short trip on the grain train. Atma Weapon goes down. And Magimaster goes down. Javinat0r got his Fenrir. And we have an Esper from Atma Weapon. It is Carbuncle. So that's number 6 for Jackimus. So he's decided not to go for Setzer. Let's get himself a nice quick heal there. And now Javinat0r's right on his trail. Looks like he's going up the mountain as well. Oh, that's right. He didn't do Umaro. That's right. It's Javinat0r that has Umaro. Three horns, no boots. Yeah. Where'd he go? Alright, so while Javinat0r's heading up the mountain, we are going to get our first look at Mount Zozo. Alright, now it's time for Javinat0r to take on the Skull Dragon. Nice move, putting the float on everybody in case it's the Dirt Dragon. Well, just remember, if he had not put the float on, Dirt Dragon would have been here, even though we already knew it was a Skull Dragon. But that's just how Rando will Rando for you. And Jack is going for the dragon here. We have the Dirt Dragon. Speak of the devil. And that was a nasty quake there, but at least Go-Go survived. Taking advantage of the Dirt Dragon being prone to sleep. Meanwhile, Cyan going down on the Javinat0r side. Alright, so which dragon's going to go down first? Place your bets in the chat. Maybe I asked that question a little too late. Yeah, and Javinat0r takes down the Skull Dragon. That is his first dragon. 3 more to go. Well, the good news is his team is healing up, but the bad news is if he goes up on the mountain, he'll have to deal with Quake again. And Javinat0r is going for his Daddy Atma. And the Dirt Dragon goes down. So he gets a Magus Rod and an Aegis Shield for his trouble. And that is Dragon number 2 on Jackimus' side. So now, big question is he going to go for some other dragons, or is he just going to do everything in Kefka's tower? And meanwhile, he has just found his 7th Magicite, and we'll find out who it is. The little birdie's got to go tell everybody else who the Esper is. It is Starlet. Alright, group hug everybody. And ooh, a nice Esper. 100% HP increase, so if we can find a Valiant Knife user, we know who's going to have that. And it has the spell of Quick, which can really change some of these battles if need be. That's definitely a clutch spell right there. Javinat0r getting his Carbuncle. Is he going to go for it? Looks like... Well, first he's got to check out what he's getting. He's decided not to get Setzer. And just to add insult to injury, we're going to go to Coliseum without him. Jack is going for his 3rd dragon. This is the Red Dragon in the Opera House. Weak to ice. This should not be too much of an issue here. Meanwhile, Javinat0r going right behind Jack, going for the Mount Zozo. Will probably also take on the Dirt Dragon, and he'll find his Starlet Esper as well. That's gonna hurt. He probably didn't get Setzer because he doesn't really need any more characters. Although sometimes it doesn't hurt because Setzer does have a free check in Coliseum, and he does have the Search the Skies check and Daryl's Tomb. So, you know, it's just kind of a matter of preference. Do you really think that you need him, or do you think you can get through the rest of the seed without his checks? Meanwhile, Javinat0r finding his Dirt Dragon, and of course his preparation paid off as the Quake does no damage. And Jack now has his 3rd dragon, so now the question remains, will he go for a 4th dragon, or is he going to get his... It looks like he's going to go for his Espers. If there are 2 Espers in Javinat0r, then Jack is pretty much in go mode. Whereas Javinat0r, I think, is just... Once he finishes Mount Zozo, he's just going to be 1 Esper away from go mode, unless he decides to continue looking for dragons. Okay, so there will be at least 1 Esper in the auction house. He's just gotta get his prep for it. I told you those hardens would be good for something. I would definitely put quick in quotations for the Evans Rock to be a quick check. Javinat0r holding on this Dirt Dragons fight. Shouldn't be too much longer. Jack getting himself a 50,000 GP Tau robe, but at least we will not see that again in the auction house. No, Javinat0r is going to pick up his Starlet, and that will be number 8 for him. Jack's decided he's spent enough money. He doesn't want the Force Armor as well, so he's going to try to see if he can get through it quicker here. Yes, Jack did get Fenrir. Yeah, the only one is that Jackimus did not get Golem, which was in the Zen check. And Jack has picked up Shiva. That is his number 8. And it looks like it was just one Esper in there. Yeah, the levels are kind of low, so once they get their final Espers, is it going to be go mode or grind and go mode will be the question. Jack is going to do a little bit of searching and purchasing and looting in Albrook. Saw some red jackets for sale there. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, there's one definite difference between World of Balance Albrook and World of Ruin Albrook in Randomizer, and that is that there is an extra check if you go to Albrook in the World of Ruin, as the dock is not available due to being blocked by that Magitech armor there. Yes, they both have Fenrir. Golem is in Zen, which Javinat0r has already found. And looks like Jack is getting ready to find it for himself as well. And blech, we got the robot. Little does Jack know, if he goes in the world of ruin, he's already got the money. Alright, so that will put Jack in go mode. He has got his characters, he has got his espers. The only thing is, does he have the levels to take on Kefka's Tower? And is he just going to do the last dragon there, or is he going to go for another one? Pretty much his options would be either Ancient Castle or Fanatic's Tower, if he decides to do the 4th dragon before going in. Alright, so at a time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 37 seconds, we are going into Kefka's Tower. Jackimus is the first one there. Javinat0r should not be too far behind. Once he gets his Esper, he is ready to go. Right, and that is Javinat0r's final Esper. Now the question is he going to go for another dragon, or is he just going to go into Kefka's Tower at this point? Yes, even though it looks like Jack is ahead right now, they do call it the Great Equalizer for a reason. Every randomizer has it, and of course here it's in Kefka's Tower, because you do not know what is going to happen. I don't think we've seen any of the statues yet. The only of the big music bosses we've seen so far is Atma Weapon. And looks like Javinat0r is going to go for his 3rd dragon. This will be the red dragon for him. And we're not going to disturb Atma on the toilet today. You're a ring and Thunder Shield so far, not too shabby. And the goat goes it alone. So this will definitely give Terra an opportunity to really get some levels. If you go mostly the way, if you include the dragons, there is potential for 4 bosses in Group 3. And since Terra's by herself, that could give a lot of points. And she just might carry this whole team. Nope, so it looks like Edgar's group is going to go for the dragon, and this one is the Ice Dragon. Javinat0r has got his 3rd dragon. Life 3 and Quick, 2 spells that could really come in handy in this final challenge. And it looks like he's going to do some final shopping at Albrook, get some final loot going on, and before we know it, he'll be in there as well. Ooh, and Jack has taken a wipe against the dragon. That could give an opening to Javinat0r here. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna re-strategize and get those ice shields on. All right, so we're gonna have a jumper on Javinat0r's side. Let's see what that does. All right, time for round 2 against the Ice Dragon. All right, and I've got a time at 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 54 seconds for Javinat0r heading into the tower. So he's only behind, but he's behind by about 5 minutes, but Jackimus did take that one wipe against the dragon, so that could definitely give him a chance to get a little bit there going on there. Gogo and Amara on the same team. That could be risky. Good thing he switched that out. Pretty much it would just be physical attacks, because he's got Absolute Zero and he's got Surge, although if he does N-Cross and it works, then that can be a problem. Yeah, ooh, that's going to be an issue there. That is going to cost him some precious time. And Jack decides to nope out of there. Javinat0r does have that extra Yeti, so... You know what, like I said, I'd rather have too many characters than not enough, so we'll see what he does. I'm sure people would love to throw that Yeti against the Ice Dragon. Round 3, fight. Oh, and he kicks it off by freezing Edgar, and another wipe. Or at least a reset. Won't count that as a wipe. Thank you. Come on, he needs a break here. Come on. It's our 4th reset. That N-Cross is not being very nice. Jack does need to be careful, as his lead is really starting to slip away here. Looks like Javinat0r is pretty much caught up now. At least I think he is. He's frozen on my end. Great, the Ice Dragon just did N-Cross on my screen. That is a good question. I'm not sure if N-Cross does get blocked by Ribbon. I don't think it does. So now we got dueling Ice Dragons here. I think I can say this is a race here. We're going to find out what goes on here. Javinat0r does have the advantage against the Ice Dragon. He's got Maru there, who appears to be doing nothing right now. But Terra, of course, has got that Grand Train, which will go through pretty much everything. Uh-oh, here comes another end cross, and okay, good. He avoided it. No, not another end cross on Jack's side. And okay, it was just Cyan. Okay, come on, Edgar. Get in there. He's gonna break that flame shield. Try to get back into this. Nice quad nines there. Yes, you can undo freeze with either a fire spell or Merton. And Javinat0r has finished the Ice Dragon, and that, I think, just put him in the lead. A Genji shield for his trouble, and Javinat0r is officially in go mode. And Jackimus is not too far behind him. I think they're only like about what, like not even 30 seconds behind him now. Alright, people, we got a race now. Alright, Javinat0r's going for the first mandatory boss. Oh, it is Doom! I spoke too soon when I said we hadn't seen any of the statues yet. Unfortunately, that does increase our chances of showing up in here. Doom is probably the least annoying of the three, and especially with that Grand Train, at least that will go through his force field, and his when his aura starts shaking, that does put a reflect on him, and it increases his evade. Also, Cyan as a jumper. I think this should be a pretty quick Doom fight. Meanwhile, Jack is now fighting it as Terra goes in alone. Equipping that ice shield to make sure those ice spells do not affect her. I think they had their Pearl Lances on Edgar. Got some dueling Grand Trains going on here. I guess which is the most annoying statue is probably in the eye of the beholder. Well, we can definitely agree with that. And Javinat0r takes down Doom. Alright, and we are moving ahead here. One or two more Grand Trains should take it out on Jack's side. Alright, and Doom is now down on Jack's side. Looks like Javinat0r is now in the lead by about 56 seconds, based on at least my times here. Alright, and Asheron's party is in the house. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the semifinals for Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. This is the Returners Finals. This is definitely a great race going on here. Javinat0r and Jackimus are neck and neck right now. Oh wow, Jack is going after that dragon. This is a very interesting move. Ooh. I hope it does not backfire on him. Well, he does have Terra on here by herself. Maybe he is trying to get just some of that extra padding for the final battle. Meanwhile, Javinat0r is getting ready for the Vanilla Guardian fight, but we'll see who it is. It is Ultros number 2. Alright, we need some octopus for dinner here. And that goes down in about 3 hits. Ouch, and Jack has taken a wipe against the White Dragon. That is really going to hurt him there. Especially, he was about a minute behind, and what's really sad is he really did not need that fight as well. Yikes, this could be costly. Alright, where's our blitzer? Where's the blitzer? Oh, he's gonna give it another shot. So far, looking like a better fight this time. Right. Meanwhile, the Phantom Train has gone down pretty quickly. Grand Train on the Phantom Train. Yes, very acceptable. Unfortunately, we never found our blitzer, so we could not make this seed official. And down goes the White Dragon. So Terra will get a maximum HP or experience boost. And we got the baby Atma in I think that's the Doom spot. I always call it Son of Atma, even though he's a lot more annoying. Looks like Jack is going back for a safety save. Feeble creatures go. Ooh, that S-Cross takes Go-Go out, but Edgar's still got to do some hopping around. Ooh, no. Now Edgar is frozen on Javinat0r's side. That's going to cost him some precious time. Or Atma can be stupid and just unfreeze him, just like that. I think he's a little bit irritable because he can't get to the toilet. It's a party emergency! Jack is getting ready to do his Ultros number 2 battle. I think the temperature checks are getting a little bit to our characters with these sprite colors. And Ultros just goes down in one hit on Jack's side. That's going to definitely be a time saver. Meanwhile, Atma has gone down on Javinat0r's side. He has got 2 of his 3 final bosses done. Jackimus, meanwhile, validates the seed by getting that wall ring. I forgot how to talk, unfortunately. And it's time for the Ghost Train to do some Ghost Train things. Fortunately, the quarter didn't go through. Undead characters have a better chance of being affected by demi or quarter, which looks like the strategy that Jack was going for here. Now we're going to see who our 3rd final boss is. It's the 3 Dream Stooges. And there goes the Ghost Train. Fortunately, Yeti went for the correct one, which is Curly. Yeah, you gotta make sure you get Curly out first because he can revive Larry or Mo. Uh-oh, here comes the Delta hit. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh my god, that was a heartbreaker there. Javinat0r was forced to take a reset on the Delta hit. Oh my gosh. Now there's an opening for Jackimus. Guys, this race is not over yet. Now it's Jackimus' turn to take on the Toilet Atma. Unfortunately, he's backed up. There's somebody else on the toilet, so he is not happy. Yeah, safety bit, memento ring would protect against a... Also, there's a couple of relics that would work as well. Ribbon does protect from stone because it is a special condition. Ribbon protects against all special conditions. It's the jewel ring also, protects against stone. This is the Grand Train edition of the Coliseum's tournament here. Unfortunately, Mo got taken down first, and Curly immediately takes advantage of that and revives him. And when they come back, I think they only have 9999 HP. Might as well break that ice rod, you've got it. Okay, the rest of this should go down pretty quick on Javinat0r's side. And now Jack is getting ready to get the bad news of the Stooges. And Mo goes down. Javinat0r has cleared the statues area of the tower, and he's about ready to go in. While Jack is just getting started on the battle. Let's see if he has a little bit better luck this time. Javinat0r's doing some final preparations. Go in there. Check in Fenrir, Sadite. And at 1 hour 30:33, he is going in. So despite entering Kefka's tower 5 minutes behind Jackimus, Javinat0r has cleared it in about just a little more than 20 minutes, and he is the first one to go into the final battle. But Jack is right on his tail. Kefka seems to have aged by killing off the world. And he is off. Here we go. So for those of you who are new, there are 4 parts to the final battle. This is tier 1 here. You've got the head and you've got the 2 arms. Now what our runners need to do is make sure that the head and the long arm get taken out first. Because if they are the last one standing, then they will get a final attack. If it is the head, it will be a devastating quake attack, whereas it will be some beams going on if it is the long arm. The long arm is also vulnerable to death, as Terra just cast a break spell, and that just already took out the long arm. Alright, he's getting his golem on there. Fortunately, they do have both Fenrir and Golem, so that they can do it against both. This is a good one to use Golem on, because pretty much all of their attacks are physical, with the exception of the Shockwave and the Quake. And Jackimus is now in. It looks like the difference in time is about 2 minutes. And Evil Bannon is ready. Yeah, according to my clock, the official difference in time is 2 minutes and 2 seconds. We seem to be having a little bit of fun with frames on Javinat0r side. Okay, we're back now. I know this feeling too well. Alright, and Javinat0r has cleared Tier 1. And Merton Strat's going on Jackimus's side. A poor Strago. So we're going to get a little head start as Edgar is in the air as Tier 2 starts. At Tier 2, you've got 4 parts in this one. Now you've got, hopefully I'm getting everyone's names right, you got Magic, you got Hit, you've got Tiger, and I'm trying to remember the one in the middle's name. It's the one that that's vulnerable to death. So the one that's going to be the most annoying, unless you can mute it, is Magic, because he will throw some really bad strats at you. Tools, yes, thank you, chat. I can't always think. Now in this one, there's definitely some different strategies going on, because Magic and Hit do have final attacks whenever they die. It doesn't matter when. Hit will do 10 hits on you, which will do 10 physical attacks. So you gotta kind of hope that he's not the last one you go after, because if he can knock someone out, then they're out of the battle. But Magic will usually end with Quarter and Dispel. While it's annoying, it won't kill anybody. I prefer what's-his-face, that one, the ugly one, and the other one. Alright, Jack is making his way to Tier 2 now. That is a good question. I'm not sure if... I think Quick does stop Morph. I'm not 100%, but I've never really tried that. That diffuser takes Edgar out on Jack's side. So yeah, we gotta see who Tier 2 is gonna be kinder to, because that could really determine who ends up winning this match. Tara's doing some quick stats there. Yeah, Quick is a costly spell. It costs 99 magic points. However, it stops everybody in their tracks, including your own party, and the Quick spell user will get to do 2 attacks uninterrupted, whatever they want. So you've got time, you can do whatever you need to do. And here come those 10 hit stats on Javinat0r's side. Okay, Javinat0r seemed to survive that, no problem. Just get a little bit of healing going on. Chad is loving these Merton strats. I'm not sure if Strago is, though. Ooh, Edgar has been zombified on Javinat0r's side. It's another thing you got to worry about. That's one of, I believe that's one of Tiger's abilities there, is that they can turn into a zombie. Unfortunately, a revival fee is what you need to undo the zombie. And the only relics that do stop zombie are the ribbon and the amulet. Ooh, Jack is having a little bit of trouble here. Yes, fortunately he has got those quick spells. He is taking major advantage of the extra time, able to kind of catch his breath, say, okay, I gotta see what I need to do here. Sometimes it can be time-consuming, but at other times it's something you just gotta do. Alright, Javinat0r has finished Tier 2, and everyone is still intact. It is time for Tier 3. Here's another one where... This is one of those where it can go downhill pretty quick if you're having bad luck. So this one's only two parts. You've got the lady on the top, which only has 9999 HP, but she is immune to all elements. And if you kill the girl first, or kill Sleep first, she will cast Life 2 on it. Meanwhile, Sleep, as the battle winds down and she gets below 10,000 HP, begins throwing some really nasty spells at you, including Meteo and Train. And Jackimus has just finished Tier 2. It looks like right now the difference is about 55 seconds. So this one is going to come down to the wire. We're going to see what happens in Tier 3. We're going to see if anybody gets hit by those calmness. There are just so many elements that can decide this match at this point. This is going to come down to the wire. Yeah, the Tier 3 usually starts with a whirlwind. Fortunately, it does not cause death for anybody, but it can be a nasty HP dropper. Now, if you're a Valiant Knife user, you want it. But we did not see a Valiant Knife in this seed, unfortunately. Jack has got his Fenrir up, which will prevent the calmness from going through if he can keep it up, as long as these characters don't die during the battle. Okay, the girl is out on Jack's side. Fortunately, some condemned action going on Javinat0r's side. It's another thing you gotta watch out here. And here come Merton strats on the other side, on Javinat0r's side. Fortunately, the only one that took any damage was Cyan, and it was not as bad as what Strago was taking on Jack's side. Uh-oh, we've got the Pat Monahan special on Jackimus's side, Train, which does blind and mute for all characters. So that is going to be... Oh, and we got the Pat Monahan special on Javinat0r's side too. And Edgar falls to the Condemned. Hey, if we want to see Train, we'll put on the Pop 2K station. But right now, now we got some meteor going on. Ooh, Cyan goes down on Jack's side. Ooh, those meteors can be nasty. And now we got meteor going on Javinat0r's side. Oh my gosh. This is going to be tight here. Who will get by this first? It might be, and looks like it is Javinat0r. And Javinat0r survives the calmness, and Jackimus survives. Oh my God, look at this. This is a race here. Oh my gosh. Both of them taken out nearly seconds apart. I'm gonna try to see if I can time this as they start here. Holy spicy chicken. I think the difference is about 4 or 5 seconds right now. Let's see. The difference is about 5 seconds in Javinat0r's favor. Now we got to see what happens here. Unfortunately, Jack is only going in with 3 characters. That's pretty much the disadvantage on there. Javinat0r, of course, has his jumpers. We got some Merton stats going on Jack's side. All right, we got to get some cheering going on in the chat. Come on, cheer for your favorites now. And if they're not your favorite, cheer for them anyway, too. Okay, so on the final battle, Kefka's first attack is usually Fallen One unless his damage is really high, which lowers everyone's HP down to 1. And of course, you got your next one here. The end is Beyond Chaos on Javinat0r's side, which means he is prepping for a Goner. So that's kind of your chance to throw in some attacks at him without really any penalty. Goners is the most impressive looking spell in the game, but it is not exactly the most deathly. So at least you can survive it. I think I'm going to have to be checking everything here. And this is the Goner we were talking about on Javinat0r's side. And now Jack is getting ready to come Beyond Chaos. This is coming down to the end here. Got some more jumps on here. We got some Ice 3 going on. And here comes Jack's Goner. We got some more Grand Train going on here. Okay, uh-oh, what happened here? Do we have a dot done? And I think we do have a winner. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get some final numbers in here. This is tight here. Hold on one second. Trying to get some final times here. It looks like Jack got it, but I'm trying to see what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So we do have a winner. Jackimus is the winner with an official time of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 55 seconds. Javinat0r finishes just behind with a time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 12 seconds. Oh my God. Amazing job, both of you. 17 seconds, the difference between first and second place. Wow. What an amazing finish to both of you. Hopefully we can get both of them into the studio here in a second. Wow, now that is a finish there. I don't know what happened on my end. For some reason, I wasn't getting the messages, and then all of a sudden, they all appeared. Oh my gosh, yeah, I definitely gotta agree. You know, I've only commentated on about 5 races, but this was definitely among the best. What an amazing finish here. Okay, so that's what happened. We were about a minute behind on both streams, but it looks like we got everything here. All right, I see we got Jackimus in here. Wow, congratulations. Well done to you.
Probably helps if I turn my microphone on, huh?
Maybe a little bit.
So, that was apparently really close.
Yes, that was. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, the difference was 17 seconds.
That's pretty crazy.
How do you feel right now?
Tired.
Yeah, I noticed that, like, in the beginning, you, like, kind of skipped going through those treasures in the sealed cave and just went straight through, whereas Javinat0r kind of went for the extras there.
There's probably something really good there, wasn't there?
I don't remember too much. There was a few good things, nothing really to write home about, but there was some stuff there.
Okay.
Okay, so Ice Dragon.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah, I think, would you have 4 resets on that one?
3 or 4, yeah. At least most of the resets were just an opening north cross freeze, so it's like, well, I haven't invested anything in this fight, so whatever. But exactly. Still, you know, each reset's probably half a minute, even if it is that fast.
What's going through your mind as you're doing all these resets there?
Is it worth fighting this dragon at this point? Like, honestly, if that last crack at it didn't go, I would just, you know, accept the fact that Edgar'd be a bit lower level for the final battle.
Oh, right. Yeah, because actually, when you guys went into the tower, you were actually ahead by about 5 minutes. And it was actually the Ice Dragon that allowed Javinat0r to catch up. In fact, he even pulled ahead of you at the Ice Dragon fight.
Oh, yeah.
So I got another question. What made you decide to go for the White Dragon, even though you had your 4 dragons?
None of my characters were over level 40. I wanted experience.
On that one, pretty much you just had Terra by herself, so I guess you were going for the maximum there.
Terra started with Grand Train. I mean, it wasn't particularly a difficult seed. It was just kind of tricky to go fast, since experience was lacking. That was one of the longer Kefka's Towers I've had. I think that was over 40 minutes in Kefka's Tower for me or something.
Actually, according to mine, it only took you, well, from Kefka's Tower to the final battle, it took you about 28 minutes. But the final battle was about, looks like it was about 11 minutes.
Yeah, so about a 40-minute Kefka Tower.
Yeah, Tier 2 kind of was giving you a little bit of trouble, but you were throwing those Merton stats like crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I saw the Merton and I knew I had all these elemental shields and could buy them, so I'm just like, well, I know I have Grand Train, but Merton's a faster animation, and if there's not a single target, it'll do more damage to the field.
Unfortunately, Strago kind of took the brunt of that one as well.
Strago was level 20. He was there to cast He was there to cast Golem in Tier 1 and not much else.
But you kind of just went in there with pretty much the minimum. You only had the 5 characters. I think Javinat0r was able to find one more, but it was Umaro.
Yeah, Umaro led to a character. I forget who it was, but whenever I did Welk, I saw someone peek out of the Umaro hole.
Yeah, it was Setzer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I have anything else in my notes here. I really don't have too much else. But yeah, other than that, pretty much. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to ask about. The Leet River from Hell. In the beginning there.
From Hell, the experience was fantastic there.
Yeah, you had good experience, but there was quite a bit of, especially with some of those, especially those enemies there. I think it was.
I just got bad luck against the ninjas the first time. There was no way I was gonna abandon Leet River just because of that.
Yeah, and especially when we saw the Gigantos going on there, and then it all concludes with a nice Doomgaze fight.
Yeah, but you're there early enough, and you just gained a bunch of levels, so you're above the experience curve, and you have a defense piercing attack in Grand Train, so Doomgaze wasn't that bad. Only would have been a problem if I had a bunch of level 5 characters, but thankfully I didn't.
Yes, thank goodness. Fortunately, you were able to get through that no problem. Any other thoughts you have that you can think of?
We're on to round 2. Let's go, Bruins!
All right, so you got so you're going up against Doesn't for the finals. Any thoughts on this final race coming up?
Stay tuned and see how I lose spectacularly, because I'm not allowed to win tournaments apparently.
Well, maybe this time it'll be the anomaly. Who knows? All right, well, any final thoughts?
You already asked me that.
Okay, I think I'm repeating myself here, I guess.
Go Bruins!
I apologize. All right. Well, thank you so much, and once again, congratulations on an amazing run there. I'm not sure if we're going to get a Javinat0r. Oh, okay, I do see Javinat0r coming in there. Javinat0r, congratulations on a great race there.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can. Yes. Yeah, I gotta say, that was an amazing finish. There was just 17 seconds between the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go with a bang, right?
Yeah, you actually went into Kefka's Tower behind. You were about 5 minutes behind. But what happened was that Jack was having some issues at the Ice Dragon, and that's actually where you caught up there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what I got on your notes here. When you saw that Leet River, first of all, what's going through your mind?
I didn't like getting ninjas as the first encounter there, but at least it was runnable, so I went back. I didn't run into it. I got a little bit scared after I killed the Gigantos once or twice that the ninjas showed up again, because I thought it was that would have been a huge time sink if they killed me before I hit at least that first save point. But luckily I was able to smoke bomb away from those. But I mean, the experience from Gigantos is crazy good. It's just so slow because they always do that stupid punch, throat jab thing. So you know, inside my head, I'm kind of screaming because it's taking so long, but at the same time, getting that jump on experience that early is super important.
Yeah, fortunately, Tara was able to take that on. Yeah, pretty much you were kind of neck and neck right in there, the two of you.
I kind of wish I mean, given the checks I had, I pretty much was going to do the same ones anyway, but I kind of wish I diverged maybe earlier and got some espers, just because of how the scaling works. Having 3 people and no espers right away really hurt my strength and progression moving forward. Although I didn't really find any great espers anyway, so it's not like it made a huge difference. But if I had been able to take on Leet River with, say, 2 characters, it would have taken a little bit longer, but their levels would have shot way up. And then when I got that 3rd character, they'd join at level average, and they would have joined much higher. And since I wasn't really getting much from the bonuses on my espers anyway, just straight levels would have been great.
Yeah, it was pretty Esper dry in the beginning. I think both of you had found your characters required before either one of you even found an Esper.
Oh, right. Yeah, one of those seeds. I was really hoping it would go the other way, but it is what it is. It happened to both of us, so it's not like, it's not a differentiator, right?
Yeah, it was pretty much like you were like right behind Jack on everything. I think the only difference was that you found Golem pretty early, and I think what really also helped you was Jack actually did not find the Dragoon boots, but you did, and you were able to take great advantage of that, especially in the final round.
Basically, I had no offense. Like, I had garbage shock with Edgar that was okay. And Cyan was just nothing all game. I kind of wish I'd used Go-Go instead. But he did have the high vigor, and I had the Dragon Horn, so I'm glad I found the boots at least to really help the offense through the tower. I would have searched for him. I would have searched probably every town until I found him, because I had no offense without them.
Yeah, fortunately you're able to just get him right there, because yeah, that definitely really did bring you back, and it really cut down the deficit there.
Took a lot of. I had an intentional strategy of doing a lot of looting. Unfortunately, it wasn't great because I kept getting like tents and X potions, and I wasn't looting anything good except for those dragon horns over and over again. So I was kind of leaning hard on the chests giving me something good, and they never did. And so I took all that extra time doing that looting, which is probably a good chunk of that lead Jack built up before going into Kefka's Tower. And then, yeah, because I never found anything good, I was never able to really make it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially like right at the beginning, you were going through the chests in the sealed cave, and Jack just kind of went right through it. Didn't even really give it a second thought.
Yeah, and that was intentional because I knew Jack would do that, and so it was a gamble. But I knew if there was something in those off the path chests that was good, then I knew I would get it, and I knew he wouldn't. So I did do that on purpose. It was a gamble. It didn't work out.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is just that one chest, so you never know. So, out of pretty much 32 people who qualified, you finish in 3rd. Major congrats to you. Any thoughts about the tournament?
It was awesome. I think there's been huge hype in the Discord the whole time this tournament's been going on. So many people getting involved in so many of the races. We've got the channel bumping. We got the YouTube going crazy. It's been excellent.
Yeah, all the numbers have definitely been going up. The community is definitely growing. We're loving seeing that. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna start wrapping up here. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, good game to Jack. I mean, 17 seconds. What are you gonna do? Gaps like that are funny because you can pick them. I can think of a lot of places where 17 seconds were in that run. But I'm sure Jack had a ton of those too. So it's just it's a well-run race. Can't ask for better than that. I said when I was practicing before, if I was going to lose, I at least wanted it to be close and a good race. So I'm glad we were able to do that. And good luck to both of the finalists in the next round.
Well, you certainly did deliver. Great job to both of you. Thank you so much for taking the time out.
Thank you, and thanks everybody for watching, and thanks for the restream team and all that kind of stuff. And y'all have a good night.
All right, good night to you. And on that, I think we're gonna start closing out. Definitely want to, remind you, if this is your first time checking us out, please feel free to check out our Discord. The links are in the chat. You can start playing Worlds Collide at the links also in the chat. Check it out. We've got a lot of resources, especially for newer players. And who knows, maybe we'll see you on stream in the semifinals or even in the finals someday soon. Definitely want to thank our restream team. We're going to thank Keith for being the restreamer, and also came up here and helped me out in the beginning as well. Definitely give him a follow as well. Also thank you to Franklin, who was our tracker, and actually both of them made me look like I knew what I was talking about during this race. Thank you all once again. This is Jacko Wacko. Once again, all the links are in the chat. And we will see you for the finals. It's going to be Jack and Doesn't. Check to the Discord to find out what time it is, what channel it is. Probably this one here. And we will see you then. Until then, have a safe weekend and good night.